With the new NHL season approaching, all eyes are eagerly turning to Toronto, where the Maple Leafs are undergoing significant transformation with the arrival of Craig Berube as the head coach. Known for his intense style and direct approach, Berube brings valuable experience from his time with the St. Louis Blues, where he played a crucial role in winning the Stanley Cup. Now, the intriguing question arises: will Berube's tough love method translate into positive results for the Maple Leafs? Berube's style is characterized by his straightforwardness and clear expectations, a quality that some players, like defenseman Luke Schenn, appreciate. Schenn, who has played under Berube's command, emphasizes that Berube tells it like it is, creating an environment where athletes are fully aware of what is expected of them. This approach can be a source of motivation for those who thrive on direct and honest feedback. However, will all players be able to adapt to this tactic? Not all athletes benefit from blunt criticism. While some may feel motivated, others who prefer positive feedback or are more sensitive to criticism may struggle. This duality is particularly relevant for the Toronto Maple Leafs, a team that has faced harsh criticism from the media and fans in the past. With such a passionate and demanding fan base, the pressure for results is immense. Do you believe this intense pressure from the fans will help or hinder the players' performance? The challenge Berube faces in Toronto is greater than the one he had in St. Louis. In the Blue City, the players worked in a more reserved environment and were less in the media spotlight. In Toronto, however, the focus is constantly on the team. The pressure is palpable, and any mistake can be widely debated. This raises the question: will Berube be able to adjust his style to make criticism constructive, especially in such a visible market? It is worth noting that while a demanding coach can succeed in some situations, Toronto's dynamics present unique complications. Publicly criticizing a player, especially a rookie, can negatively impact their confidence and performance. This reality requires Berube to find a balance between brutal honesty and maintaining a positive environment. How do you think he should approach communication with his players to keep morale high? The effectiveness of Berube's coaching style will also depend on his ability to implement tactics that elevate the team to a new level. A key factor will be his ability to integrate his demands with the existing culture and talent of the Maple Leafs. What do you expect to see in the team's strategy this season? This combination could be the key to overcoming the ghosts of previous years, where the Maple Leafs failed to advance in the playoffs. With the new season about to start, Maple Leafs fans should prepare for a year full of challenges and perhaps more tough love. While Berube's approach might be exactly what the team needs to break the cycle of frustrations, there are still uncertainties about how this methodology will be received by the players. What do you think? Will he be able to find a middle ground between being demanding and providing the necessary support? Or will this approach become another obstacle for the team? The question persists: can Berube maximize the team's potential in a city that demands victory? If he manages to balance his demanding nature with a flexible strategy, it could open new doors for the future of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Get ready for a season that promises to be exciting and full of learning. An intriguing proposal is also being discussed among fans. The Toronto Maple Leafs may be on the verge of adding none other than Taylor Hall, the former MVP of the Chicago Blackhawks, to their roster. This move comes at a crucial time for the team, which is preparing for the season with the hope of finally winning the coveted Stanley Cup. What do you think of this possible trade? What contribution could Hall bring to the Maple Leafs? The Maple Leafs faced difficulties in last season's playoffs, especially in crucial moments when the lack of goals was evident. Given this reality, the proposal to bring Hall seems like a smart move. The team has yet to make significant additions to the offense this offseason, raising the question: could Hall's arrival be the necessary boost for a victorious campaign? According to Puckpedia, a proposal has been drafted that would send Hall to Toronto, with the Blackhawks retaining $3 million in salary. This cautious move would make Hall an affordable player for the Leafs, benefiting them both in terms of skill and financial viability. What do you think of this type of trade structure? Is it a good time for buying and selling? Chicago, in turn, would receive a second-round pick for 2025 from the Florida Panthers. This acquisition is crucial, as the Blackhawks are in a rebuilding process and need to accumulate young talent. Therefore, this trade is not just a loss but a step toward building a more promising future. Taylor Hall, a former #1 draft pick and winner of the Hart Trophy as MVP in 2018, had a season marked by injuries, playing only 10 games and accumulating 2 goals and 2 assists. His last year was impacted by a knee injury that kept him off the ice for an extended period. According to his coach, Luke Richardson, Hall is deeply disappointed with the situation. How do you see the resilience of players like this? Do you believe he has what it takes to come back stronger? Hall's NHL career includes stints with the Edmonton Oilers, New Jersey Devils, Arizona Coyotes, Buffalo Sabres, Bruins, and most recently, the Chicago Blackhawks. What can this veteran bring to the Maple Leafs in terms of experience and skill, especially considering his history as a versatile player? Additionally, Maple Leafs general manager Brad Treliving emphasized that the team still has work to do this offseason, highlighting the need to strengthen the defense and goalie positions. With the arrival of Chris Tanev and Oliver Ekman-Larsson to solidify the defensive line, and goalie Anthony Stolarz to support Joseph Woll, the lack of an effective forward like Hall could be a strategic oversight. Are the Maple Leafs on the right path without an offensive reinforcement? Let's face the reality. Why haven't the Leafs, who have an open championship window, sought an effective forward until now? The fact is that in last season's playoffs, the team had serious offensive production problems. They lacked that decisive forward in crucial moments, didn't they? If you ask me, I'd say Hall's arrival could be the masterstroke needed. He would bring not only talent but also playoff experience, something this team urgently needs. Let's consider the details of the proposed trade. The Leafs would be acquiring Hall with $3 million retained, while the Blackhawks would receive a second-round pick in 2025. I acknowledge that many may ask, but he had injury problems. It's true, he had limitations last season. However, believe me, a player can go through difficulties, but the talent remains. Hall, in full form, could be the key to unlocking our offensive potential. What is the team's commitment to wanting to win now? What good is it to have a talented roster and not add the right pieces each offseason? Another issue that concerns me is the approach of GM Brad Treliving. He emphasized that there is still work to be done, prioritizing strengthening the defense and goalie positions. That's great, but what about the attack? The departure of Tyler Bertuzzi to the Blackhawks, without significant moves in the attack, raises a red flag. What do you think? Is the team really preparing for the season, or just playing defense? After years of early playoff eliminations, while we focus on defending, who will help our stars like Matthews and Marner shine? In summary, I sincerely hope that this trade with Taylor Hall becomes a reality and that the team considers its long-term implications. This is not just about the upcoming games, but about creating a winning culture. Will we finally leave behind the mentality of, if everything goes well, and start acting like a team that truly believes it can win? This change is essential in any trade strategy. With the season opener set for October 9th against the Montreal Canadiens, the anticipation surrounding the team's moves is only growing. What do you expect to see from the Maple Leafs this new season? Could this trade proposal be what the team needs to finally break the drought and win the Stanley Cup? Share your opinion in the comments. What moves would you like to see happen with the team?